YouTube, back with another one. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back with another one. Get a like for the algorithm. Let me get a comment for the feedback, and subscribe so you can see more of my content. Also, I'm a small channel, I'm a new channel. I got 33 subscribers right now. Let's see if we can make it to 100. I know it's a crazy goal, I know it's a big goal, but it's my goal.
Five reasons why you are not growing as a barber and struggling to build clientele. Let's go. Reason number one, you're always behind schedule. Guys, they made an appointment for a reason. If you want your client to respect your time, you need to respect theirs.
I mean, listen, he not wrong.
Agree. Reason number one, you gotta respect your client's time. You want them to respect your time, you gotta respect their time as well. Now, I do wanna say that, when you, I don't know how everybody set up their book, but most of the time I feel like they kind of set up like this, and this, in my experience, how most people set up their booking situation, right? So if you're on a booking platform, right, whether that's Booksy, Square, The Cut, I think I said Booksy already, right? If you're on any of those, you can set a 15-minute grace period. You can set the grace period however much you want, but mine is like 10 to 15 minutes, right? So that means that a client has 10 to 15 minutes to get to their appointment before, I have to move on to the next person, right? And with that said, if a client comes to their appointment and they get there on time, I think there should be at least a 5 to 10 minute grace period for the client before they start to get upset, right? But all in all, we want to respect their time because we want them to also respect our time.
Reason number two, the shop environment is trash, not family friendly. It's a business, not a chill spot. Quit smoking weed.
Y'all smoking crack! Something is wrong with you people!
Number two, I agree with as well. You gotta curate the environment for the clientele or the potential clientele that you're seeking. You have to curate the environment for the clientele or potential clientele you're trying to attract or retain, right? So if you have the business model of a local friendly neighborhood barbershop, then the environment and the music that's being played and the stuff that's being played on the television should kind of represent what you're trying to push out, right? Like if you have kids and single mothers coming into the establishment, you don't want, certain type of music with a whole bunch of cussing and, very graphic stuff on the television. You want everything to be congruent, meaning that if you're having single parents and single moms coming to the establishment with young kids, then you want Netflix appropriate stuff on the TV, not just for kids, but for everybody. You know what I mean? Like something that everybody can watch, something that everybody can listen to.
Prices are too high. Guys, you can't come straight out of barber school charging $80, $100 a haircut.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Yeah, number three, prices are too high. Coming out of barber school, you're gonna have to work with people. Just to put it in perspective, coming out of barber school, the first shop that I worked at, I was cutting 3 haircuts a week. And I think I was charging like $20 a haircut, probably like $15, $20 a haircut or something like that. I mean, that was a minute ago, but 15, 20, it was pre-COVID. I say it's a minute ago. Pre-COVID feel like it's so long ago, but I actually have only been a barber for 4 years almost. This coming up, maybe the beginning of next year, I would have been a barber for 4 years. So right now I'm at like 3.5, 3 and some change, right? But fresh out of barber school, you had, your prices gotta fit your ability. Your prices have to fit, your price point has to fit your ability. Like you can't charge like $100, $80, even $60 for a haircut. You just got out of barber school and your fade game ain't really like that. Your shape up game not really like that. Your enhancement game not really like that. You know what I mean? The thing that gives you ability and the right to charge such a, I wouldn't say such a high price, but what gives you the ability to charge a certain price is your experience, your expertise, and your skill level. Experience, expertise, and skill level. If you don't have those, then you don't really have the right or ability to charge those prices. And there's some people who have those under their belt and they still don't charge like $100 a haircut because the price have to fit the environment too. Like if you're in the area and it's the medium income from a family in your area is like, I don't know, $45,000, $50,000 a year, you can't be charging $80 or $100 a haircut and expect to be booked up like that. That's more of like a niche type of thing. Everybody can't afford $100 a haircut and everybody not willing to pay $80 to $100 a haircut. I feel like most people in most cities kind of stay in a range between 35, maybe 35 to about like 45, 50 for a haircut. I think that's about like average. Anything more than that, you got to get your game up.
4 is no marketing. Some of your own family members don't know that you're a barber. Make sure to promote yourself.
If I'm lying, I'm dying.
Marketing is definitely a big part. Marketing is number one. And it's not just marketing, it's marketing in the right ways. Because you could be putting time, energy, and effort and money into marketing, but it's the wrong type of marketing. So you're not getting any ROI, return on investment of your efforts, right? But if you're marketing in the right way, you can spend just as much time, effort, and money, or maybe even less, and get 100 times the outcome, 100 times the revenue, 100 times the ROI, right? So that's a perfect example. I remember I worked at a shop one time that was in a sketchy area in Baltimore, and one of the guys in the shop wanted to print out flyers, like paper flyers, like the ones that you would like stick to like a pole for a missing dog or something like that, right? And he wanted to print out flyers, right? He wanted to print out flyers with the address, name, yada, yada, yada. And he wanted to walk around a certain type of area that's not too far from the area that we was in, but it was more of an upscale, uppity type area. He wanted to walk around that area in the summertime and hand out flyers. Me personally, I didn't agree with that. I thought that was a stupid idea, and I thought that was a waste of money. Why did I think that was a stupid idea? And why did I think that was a waste of money? I'm about to tell you. I thought it was a stupid idea, and I thought it was a waste of money because, one, me personally, when I'm walking around busy doing stuff and someone hands me a flyer, I don't even pay attention to it. As soon as they walk past, I ball it up and I'm looking for the first chance and opportunity to throw it in the trash can. Reason number 2, anytime someone has gave me a business card or I've gotten to my car and there was a flyer or a business card on my car, I've never even really paid attention to it. Even if I put the business card in my wallet, I never used it. Because if I'm looking for something, if I'm in a mind state to look for something, I just Google it, you know, or look at it on TikTok or look it up on Instagram or something like that, right? Most people are on their phones. Put the advertisement where most people are, on their phones or online advertising. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. What I do is every time a client comes in, every time a new client sits in my chair, I ask them like, oh, welcome, welcome, appreciate you for, coming and letting me and giving me the opportunity, yada, yada, yada. And then I go into, how did you find out about me? Did you find me on Instagram? 9 times out of 10 with all of my clients, they always say either it's word of mouth or they saw me online, they saw me on Instagram, they saw me on TikTok. So those are the avenues that I'll be putting energy and effort to, because those are the places where people continuously tell me that they're seeing me. So if no one's telling me that they're seeing people and meeting barbers and finding barbers with flyers, and why would you be doing that, right? So advertising, but advertising the right way.
It's your skill set or your work ethic. If you're the last one in the shop and the first one to leave, that's the problem.
Stop it. Get some help.
Work ethic. Work ethic is another one too. I remember one time I worked in a barbershop. No, I didn't work in this barbershop, but I used to go to this barbershop when I was in high school. And I remember the owner of the barbershop there always had different barbers coming in, right? It was him and one other barber. But every other barber other than them two, they were just like, it was like a revolving door. And I would always ask him like, bro, why is it always just you two guys? Why is there always barbers just coming in and out? Where's the other guy? Yada, yada, yada. And he's like, man, it's hard to find good barbers, bro. They don't got good work ethic. They'll sit in a barbershop and complain about how it's slow, and then leave. And then right when they leave, 5 people walk into the door. You know what I mean? Like when you first starting out and you first get out the barbershop, just leaving the barbershop because it's not busy and slow is not an option, right? Because the moment you leave, 5 people walk into the door. If you're a barber and you just got out of barber school, or you're a barber and you're not really that busy and you don't really have a silent clientele base yet, what reason would you have to just get up and leave? Oh, I'm bored, or it's busy, it's not busy, it's slow. I'm just gonna get up and go do what? What else would you have to go do? That's not gonna give you money. At least you're in an environment to learn. You can watch other barbers that's busy, because if you're not that busy, it's probably other barbers that are that busy. Start looking at them, saying what they're doing, find out why they're that busy. You could be walking around sweeping up the shop. You could be answering phones when people call in, and when other barbers are busy and you get to answer the phone and they looking for appointments and they never been there before. Those are appointments that you could be getting. When people walking in and everybody's busy, those are walk-ins that you could be getting. Right, so work ethic is number 1. For the first couple years straight, and up until the point where I got my own suite, or I was doing a booth rental and I had my own clientele base and I had my own booking app and people were booking an appointment. But up until that point, and I was like mainly working off of walk-ins and like people calling in, bro, I was working at open to close every day, because what else would I be doing? So my young homie Daz came in today, and all he wanted was an edge-up. That's gonna be $75. And I would have taken an hour to do a 5-minute job to justify the price because I know my worth. What if he walked in and you had 15 minutes until your next appointment? Are you gonna tell him you can't do it? That he has to make an appointment? That it's $75 minimum to sit in your chair. It blows my mind that there's actually barbers who would rather sit and scroll on Instagram for 15 minutes before their next appointment instead of taking 10 minutes to squeeze in an edge up and make an extra 20, 30, 40 bucks. But then want to complain to everybody about how the shop's slow or want to raise their prices so they can make more money. Okay. I mean, he's your average mindset barber that's trying to fit everybody in, that's trying to cut everybody, that thinks that he's a barber for everybody, I feel like. And I'm not that barber. So while on some things we agree, on most things, a lot of things we don't agree. And on this topic, it's like we agree, but we don't agree a little bit, because if you're that type of barber that has that mindset, and you would rather scroll on your phone and scroll on Instagram than get some extra money, I think that it's a mindset issue, right? Story time. So let's give an example, right? So me, I was a barber, came out of barber school, started at a commission shop. That shop was first walk-ins, right? Then eventually we started doing appointments. Then we started doing appointments, but after, when I first started out, I was a barber. I was taking everybody. I was giving out my phone number. People was texting me that was coming in, yada, yada, yada. I'm just taking anybody and everybody. I'm not saying no haircuts. That's how I get my experience. That's how you get up to the next level. That's how you get booked up. Between that and answering the phones, when everybody else is busy, sweeping the floor so people get familiar with you, see you in the shop, they see you get better. They'll give you chances when other people was too booked up. Every chance that a person sits in your chair is an opportunity to make that person a regular customer. Everybody doesn't want to be the type of barber that wants to cut everybody, and everybody doesn't want to be the type of barber that wants to squeeze everybody into every 15 minutes they got, right? If I'm busy that day and I got a lot of appointments and I'm like, shit, I know I'm busy, but I got this little 15-minute break. I'm about to go run to the bathroom. I'm about to go run and get a bite to eat real quick and then back. I'm about to go grab a drink of water. A person just running in, it's kind of fucking up my rotation. It's kind of fucking up my vibe. I'm like, damn, like you can only do that but so many times, right? After a while, that starts to get annoying. After a while, you have to start weighing out and excusing a little bit of money for mental health and for a standard in which you're trying to work in, right? Like if I'm at the point in my career as a barber that I want everybody to start booking on my app and I want to be an appointment-based barber, then by all means, when people start coming in, I'm gonna start letting people know that I am appointment-based barber. That's not to say that I won't take a walk in here or a shape up here, yada yada. But if I'm a barber and I set my scheduling up a certain way, and I have 15-minute increments or 5-minute increments between each appointment, I don't have to squeeze somebody in if I don't want to. If you want to squeeze somebody in, then you squeeze somebody in. But stop trying to make everybody feel bad because they're not the same type of barber that you are. Everybody different, bro. Everybody's different. I personally want to be the barber that's appointment only based. I'll move to a suite. Therefore, I don't have people walking in trying to get in for that 15 minutes. You know, I have my own suite. I have my appointments blocked off. I block off my time the way I block my time off. That's the way I want it. That's the way I want it. The way you want it is the way that you want it, right? If I want to charge $75 for a haircut and people pay that $75 for a haircut, then that's what I'm doing over here. And if you want to do the things that you want to do, you want to cut everybody, you want to be that friendly neighborhood barber, then do that. But everybody different. It's a barber out there for everybody. But you don't have to be the barber for everybody. You can be the barber that you want to be. You can intentionally go out and pick, the clients that you want, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Be the barber that you want to be, and be unapologetically the barber that you want to be.